focused it.
That's right.
No way!
Man.
Oh my god! No! No shit!
Wow.
No! Yo! What's good, everybody? Let's get out of here. Got the boy Patrick behind me. How y'all doing?
You like have your Patrick plush doll on your end?
Yeah. Yo, I had this like since I was 5 or something.
It's your childhood friend.
It's my childhood friend, yeah. Yo, SpongeBob Conspiracy number 7 by Alex Bale. Premiere. And the robot invasion theory, what? How?
We just need to see which robots are going to appear in his video.
Yeah.
There are a lot of good robot examples to choose from, like the robot SpongeBob from Welcome to the Chum Bucket,
Yep.
the robots in Battle for Bikini Bottom,
Yep.
and as a recent example, the robots from Escape from Beneath Blood World.
Yeah.
Which, just watched the episode as I was catching up with the show for this video in preparation, and it's definitely robots in that episode are definitely a highlight.
Yeah.
And it was a subtle reference to Walt Disney's body being frozen under Disneyland. You know the theory I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well,
While it is proven false, it's still funny to think about.
yeah. But what are we? I don't know what to expect from this. A robot invasion. What? What's he gonna say? I mean, that's why I saved for all of the theories, like Goofy Goober. Like, how are you gonna make a theory on that? Freaking King Neptune's, Mrs. Puff, and TV and Squilliam. Like, what are you gonna do with that? But he finds a way. He finds a way. This man's one of a kind. Only he can think of this shit up.
Well, that's why he's Alex Bale, and he is able to make these SpongeBob theories. I mean,
Only
you'd
him.
think that he'd run out of steam after the third theory, just like how the show ran out of steam after the third season.
Yeah. No,
But,
he went. Yeah, his third one is his most popular.
He's consistent.
Yeah, he takes his time. Like, this man's a genius. This man's a genius. That last one though, the alien death cult, Goofy Goober, man.
Yeah, it's the
that changed my life.
Hey, the premiere's starting.
Yeah. So when I say pause, we pause. When you say pause, we pause. All right.
No, only turn down the volume so I can hear you.
Yeah, never mind. It's not ready yet.
Yeah, just a little over a minute and a half.
Yeah. What was your? Do you have a favorite Alex Bale theory?
Let me think about that for a second. I'm pretty sure that I have a favorite one.
Everyone liked the Mrs. Puff one.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a highlight. I'd say it's either that or probably the Goofy Goober theory.
Yeah, I was gonna say Goofy Goober. That was dark. That was heavy. How do you think of this? He's gotta have some inside information.
I think he definitely has a great amount of resources to go off of.
Yeah.
Especially considering that they incorporated Goofy Goobers into the show.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, starting with season 4 when the back scratcher from from Chimps Ahoy was Goofy Goober themed.
Yeah. It was. Alright, ready?
Aye, aye, Captain.
This is
Here we
premiere
go.
2, so.
It's been a while since I've watched one of these.
Alright, so I admit it, some of my theories have been a little crazy lately. I mean, Goofy Goober,
What do you think?
Alien Death Cult theory, Pearl's dead mother theory. Let's maybe
Oh, that
try
was
and
messed up.
slow down a bit on this one. There is a secret robot invasion happening in Bikini Bottom. Everywhere you look, robots have integrated
Secret?
themselves into society, kidnapping and
Yeah,
replacing
dude,
people
I
with
just saw a
robot
clip of
cyborgs, waiting for their
Escape from
chance to
the
rise
World
up
Pass
and start
by.
the robot apocalypse. This is not a joke. I repeat.
Of course, you have
the
to go with
robots are
some
coming.
more
The
recent
robots
examples.
are coming.
This is the robot invasion theory.
Honestly, I'm surprised that the show hasn't done a PG Terminator type episode.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe they'll be inspired to do some sort of Robot Invasion Terminator type episode if the writers of the show ever watch this theory.
Alex,
yeah.
Be a good idea for season
Sorry, what?
14.
you okay, dude?
I forgot
sorry,
Alex Bell has his own hidden
Just got a
lore.
lot on my mind lately.
There's a video on
How's
that.
the SpongeBob theorizing going?
It's good. It's good.
He has his
I'm
own
actually
dark
thinking
theories
about
and he
maybe
has his own hidden lore.
Why? They're huge.
Yeah, I mean, people watch them.
And
it's
it
just-
definitely doesn't get in
go
the
to
way
film
of
school
the
for 3 years
actual
just to make
theory
SpongeBob
portions.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just something you're doing now.
It's like he has inside
Like, forever.
theories, like how
It's easy
he's
for you to
able
say.
to think
I
of
mean,
these
what, you're
theories.
out of film school and you're already directing commercials.
Yeah, but I didn't go to film school to make commercials.
For all we know,
It's
this
something
is
I'm doing
probably
now. Like
how
SpongeBob.
he comes up with the theories.
Maybe. I don't know. These
Yeah, it's that
these videos also just
room with the ominous
they take a lot to
voice.
make.
Some sort of
I'm not sure
monster.
if I'm up for it anymore.
Dude, up for
Almost
it.
almost feels like we're getting an insight on what Alex Bale goes through internally.
Yeah. He is the SpongeBob guy. That's all he's known for. So he's probably gets sick of it.
Hey, it's time for another SpongeBob conspiracy. Wow, I just realized I've
this is
making
the,
SpongeBob videos for
this is
over a
clearly
year.
some of the
Definitely did not
SpongeBob-related,
think I'd still be making these a year later.
content that
But it's all
people
worth
make
it, right?
nowadays.
You guys love them, and I love making
apparently.
them, and they're super easy to make.
Yeah.
The sponsor. Time to talk about today's
Oh.
sponsor. Do you like intense, action-packed mobile games?
No.
Rosters with hundreds of characters to play and bosses to fight.
Well,
then you'll love Wine
Well, I
from
don't like action-packed intense mobile games anymore.
SpongeBob theorizing. I like to crack
He fooled
open
us.
Nice cold wine.
He fooled us.
Red. But here's
About
the
time
thing.
someone did
I don't
a
know
joke like
anything about
that.
wine. That's why it's good. Bright Cellars has got
Wine
my
is
back.
nasty.
Bright Cellars is a monthly wine subscription service that helps people discover wine.
Yeah,
Wine is-
I'll take a
Wine is
I'll take a
nasty.
I'll take a twisted tea any day.
Yeah. No, I can't drink white wine. That's nasty.
Honestly, in general, I only drink on one day, my birthday.
Should be every day's your birthday.
No, every day except for my birthday is my unbirthday.
Bright Cellars, they always know. They always know.
I'm okay with red wine if it's during the winter. That's when it's the most suitable. Like if it's like Christmas or Thanksgiving, stuff like that. That's
Well,
tolerable.
there is that. Yeah, just make sure to get your red wine and start singing some UB40.
Yeah. You gotta get the Prosecco.
Orange blossoms. My Gam Gam used to call me her little orange blossom.
How did you know that, Bright Sellers? How did you know that?
So is this the part where he's
Bright Sellers is
transitioning
offering
into
50%
the...
off your first bottle. That's 6 bottles
Never
of wine
mind.
for just $53. That
Still
is a
the,
lot of wine for that price.
Still the sponsorship.
Hey, you gotta be 21 or older to order, okay?
I mean,
no kids.
at least
No kids. Wine's for
at
adults.
least he's
Adults
one of
like
the
me.
people
Just go to the
that's
link on the screen to get your
creative
50%
with their
off.
sponsorship
Now that I've
ads,
drinking my wine,
and it
I
does
will
not
begin the
feel
theory.
too corporate.
As long as it's funny, yeah. Oh no.
Of course, he used a Terminator
One of my favorite
screenshot.
episodes of SpongeBob is the season 3 episode Crabborg. SpongeBob
No.
watches a scary robot movie, then gets super paranoid about
Oh, I
robots.
forgot about this
Even
one.
kidnaps Mr. Krabs.
What? You think I'm a robot?
Yeah.
We know.
It's a really funny episode, but I can't help but wonder if SpongeBob's fears might be a bit more justified than we thought. In the episode SB129, we get our first glimpse of
Oh,
the future
yeah.
of Bikini Bottom, 2,000 years later.
Okay, what's going on here? Why is everything chrome?
Everything is chrome in the future.
We see a world covered in chrome, where everyone has been replaced with robotic people.
SpongeBob, is that you?
SpongeBob? No, I am SpongeTron.
And this isn't the only time we see a future full of robots. In the Season 7 episode Back to the Past, SpongeBob time travels to an alternate future where Man Ray takes over, and once again, people have been replaced by robots.
Nice.
Oh.
And then, in the second SpongeBob movie,
yeah, I remember
Sponge Out
the
of
Back to
Water,
the
there's
Past.
a deleted scene where SpongeBob
Yeah.
and Plankton go to the future and see this.
How many times has SpongeBob or any of the SpongeBob characters traveled through time?
That'll be a lot.
Oh, but
Jeez.
this makes me want to check out the bonus features on the Sponge Out of
And
Water
there's even
Blu-ray.
foreshadowing in episodes that take place in the present. In the Krusty Krab training video, we hear this.
Well, luckily for you, Mr. Krab's fear of
Okay, this is
Oh.
keeps the balance
It's
of
definitely not one I
technology.
And
expected
in Insecurity
him to
Guard, we
mention.
can see an exhibit that clearly shows the evolution of SpongeBob eventually getting taken over by robots.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait,
so
wait,
there
stop,
seems to
stop,
be-
stop. Wait, what? How come we never seen this? Like, we don't think of this when we're watching regular episodes, you know? This never it's never brought to our ideas.
Well, clearly we haven't watched the show this in depth as him.
Yeah. Like, we don't think about this. We don't think,
I'm
oh,
just-
robots.
Yeah, I'm just there for entertainment.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
A lot of evidence for the future of Bikini Bottom being taken over by robots. But honestly, why does any of this matter? I mean, robots ruling the world is a pretty common depiction of the future in lots of different media. And even if this is the canonical future of the show, it's at the very least thousands of years in the future. It's not like we can already see this robot invasion happening
Honestly,
in present-day Bikini Bottom, right?
Honestly, my
Here's
question
an
about
interesting
robot
question about
invasions is that
SpongeBob
why is it
that's always
always
bothered me.
leading to a
Why are there so many
dystopian
robots in
future?
the show? And I'm not
No.
talking about Sandy or
Like,
Plankton's
why
inventions.
can't,
it makes sense for them to have
robots taking
robots
over
as
the
their
world,
most genius inventors. But why do
occasionally be portrayed as a
hospitals and office
utopian
buildings
future?
and amusement parks,
Yeah.
and Lady Hut Juniors, and many more places have
honestly, I
such
think
advanced
that,
robots? I mean, let's ignore the fact
maybe
that they're underwater
it'd be
and
interesting
robots
to
wouldn't really
see,
make sense
robots
down
invading
here.
be
Bikini
portrayed as a
Bottom
good
isn't
thing.
like a super advanced society, right?
It's
And
never
maybe
good.
Can't really say that they have much futuristic
It's never good.
technology, except when it comes
Unless
to
they prove to
robots.
be better leaders
Why?
than humans.
And what's even
And,
stranger is that there are many,
humans
many
live in
instances
peace
where
with,
these robots
their
suddenly
kind.
turn evil. The first time I really started to notice this was in the season 7 episode Tunnel of Glove.
What?
SpongeBob and Pearl get trapped in a Glove World boat ride that's full
You
of
call that?
animatronics.
You
Patrick
call
tries to
that?
set them
No, I
free by
call it
breaking
Escape
into
from
the
Beneath
control
Glove
room,
World.
But accidentally
Ah,
causes
okay.
all the animatronics to suddenly turn
It is
evil and
actually,
attack SpongeBob.
it is actually funny that that's another Glove World episode with robots.
Now, this is a pretty basic cartoon trope. Someone accidentally breaks the controls, then the robot malfunctions and turns evil. This isn't really all that weird for SpongeBob. Except, what's strange about this is that Patrick doesn't break any controls. He hits a button labeled animatronic override, and that's what causes the robots to turn evil.
You mean accidentally pressing a button doesn't count as breaking controls?
Why do you even have that?
The robots were intentionally designed to have a button that makes them attack people, but why? Then, in the
Well,
episode Dead Neighbors,
I don't know,
Scoober
but,
discovers
they're
a flyer
definitely
for a home
portraying it
security
in an
system
over-the-top
that's
way.
suspiciously free, despite it clearly being very advanced. After he sets it
Oh
up,
my
his house
God.
suddenly grows arms and legs and starts destroying Bikini Bottom.
Wow, Squidward's house is destroying the neighborhood.
Now, to be fair, this was a malfunction caused by SpongeBob, but why would a simple home security system have giant arms and legs? I mean, the malfunction didn't create them, they were clearly already
What kind
installed.
of a security company causes a house to destroy the town?
Is that we can still see signs of Squidward's house being sentient after this episode. Then,
No.
in the season 11 episode, Crusty
No.
Cleaners, SpongeBob and Patrick go to an office building and encounter
Honestly,
a
they definitely
The robot
try to take
immediately
advantage of
attacks them, causing a
Squidward's
mess.
house being ahead.
Sentient.
I mean, of course, you'd see jokes like that.
But
Yeah.
this time, there's no malfunction that causes this. It's working exactly as intended. Not only does the trash robot have a buzzsaw and a literal laser cannon, but it also turns all of the nearby machines into killer robots to help hunt down SpongeBob and Patrick. So, where are all these places getting these super advanced robots? And more importantly, why are they all being programmed to suddenly turn evil? This is a question that stumped me for a while. Until I watched the season 11 episode.
My leg!
This
My leg!
is the episode where I truly realized there was an actual conspiracy theory here and not just cartoon antics. It's time we finally find out who is behind the
Is it going to be
robot
Plankton?
invasion.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. I saw my leg recently. I only know one reference to the robots, but I didn't think nothing of it. I still think nothing of it. Like, how is this episode gonna relate to it? What's this man going to say?
Well, clearly people just watched the My Leg episode for the My Leg lulz.
Yeah. That was funny though.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like if they made an episode about Tom the Chocolate Guy, and people would just watch it for the chocolate and not think about any other parts of the episode.
Yeah. Surely Plankton's got something to do with it.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah. Now, Plankton's my new favorite character, I swear. I love him more and more now. I've always liked the bad guy sort of characters, like your Jesse James Meowth type of people who are evil, but they're shit at it. I love Plankton.
Especially considering he's a villain that they expand upon and show a softer side on occasions.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Okay. I have resumed the video. I get a wild animal out of your house. Call the zoo, maybe. Oh, giant tentacle monster out of your house. Again, call the zoo.
Yeah.
They'd be excited to show off a tentacle monster.
Oh, I love that.
Hey, I'm still serious about you.
He's got a lot of wine in the house.
It's not that I don't.
If it's red wine, then he must be a huge UB40 fan.
Different things. You know, I don't want it to come to this, but I will use force if I have to. So you better go.
She's really good at the cinematography.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna run your theory videos or any sort of video about any media, you at least need to make your own lore good and well made.
He goes to a hospital and meets a robot that works there. It's just a
there
small throwaway gag. The robot never turns evil or does anything strange.
Don't take my leg! Don't take my leg!
Oh, I forgot about
There's
that moment.
something awfully familiar about the robot's design. Let's go all the way back to the season 3 episode Plankton's Army, which opens with Plankton trying to steal the Krabby Patty's secret formula with a robot disguise.
You never know what trick you'll use to steal me secret Krabby Patty formula.
What a quaint
No, that's not the same guy, is it?
sample their wares.
These robots have an uncanny similarity.
Oh, the
right down to
tie.
the same tie. Okay, but maybe we could just chalk this up to the
Nah.
showrunners being lazy and reusing assets.
And not to mention
SpongeBob has
the
always had a
robot
pretty diverse amount of robot designs
from the
throughout
Plankton's
show.
Army
And it's
episode
not like this is a direct
has the same
copy
voice as
paste
the
either. They went to
Weenie
the
Hut
effort
robot.
to redesign the face and colors, but it was still clearly
Wonder if
based
he's
on
gonna mention
Plankton's
that.
robot. So
Yeah.
here's my theory. Plankton has built many robots to try and steal the Krabby Patty secret formula, but I think after he fails to do so, he doesn't just throw them away. He redesigns the robots and then gives them to different businesses in Bikini Bottom with the intention to one day use them to take over the world once he has enough in place. I mean, we know what Plankton really wants isn't the secret formula, it's to rule the world.
I will rule the world!
And there's even the video
there we go.
Bottom, where Plankton tried to take
it's
over
not using the
an
rehydrated footage and
so
just the footage from the original game.
Far-fetched for Plankton's character, but we're gonna need a lot more evidence if we're gonna prove he's the one behind all the robots in Bikini Bottom. So, let's get started. In the Season 3 episode, No Weenies Allowed, we see a robot working at a place called Weenie Hut Juniors.
Would you care for another Diet Cola with a lemon twist?
Weenie.
And while it doesn't resemble any of the robots we've seen Plankton make, does that voice sound familiar to you?
Would you care for another Diet Cola with a lemon twist at a quaint restaurant?
Knew it.
Oh!
And again, it's not like this is the default robot voice we hear in SpongeBob. There are many different voices the show has used for robot characters.
What a quaint restaurant.
Greetings, I am Robo 2.1.
No threat detected. This is very uncomfortable.
Leave my father alone!
That's his son.
They specifically recreated the voice from Plankton's robot. Let's go back to Glove World for a second. In the control room, we see a machine on the wall that looks shockingly like SpongeBob.
What?
So much so that Patrick even mistakes him for it. We know Plankton has built a SpongeBob robot before in Welcome to the Chum Bucket.
Oh, is that him? Is that him?
Inside of Glove World. In Krusty Cleaners, the trash robot also has a striking resemblance to Plankton's robot in the Season 9 episode Eek and Urchin. In the Season 5 episode The Patty Gadget, Squidward tries to
honestly, how did Squidward get a hold of the Krabby Patty machine?
I know.
But it's never explained where Squidward got this machine. Now, it doesn't resemble anything we've seen Plankton make, but a staple in a lot of Plankton's inventions is having them resemble his likeness, especially with one eye in the middle. That's exactly what we see with the Patty Gadget.
Wow.
And the patties it makes are terrible, which would make sense for something Plankton made. In the episode All That Glitters, SpongeBob buys a super advanced talking spatula.
Was the one eye going to be the big red button in the middle with the spatula?
But in the episode Evil Spatula, we find out Plankton has a whole collection of advanced spatulas just like this one, and even tries to trick SpongeBob into taking a talking spatula. It seems like no matter where we turn, we can find a connection between the technology in Bikini Bottom and Plankton. But, if you remember in those glimpses of the future, the world isn't just ruled by robots. They've actually replaced all the existing citizens with robot copies.
I am SpongeTron.
And believe it or not, this is also something we can already see happening in Bikini Bottom today. Get ready to see how far this robot invasion has really gone.
So is that a commercial break?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, transition to... Okay.
And they're trying to replace the people. They tried to replace SpongeBob. I did not realize about the voice being the same and they all look similar somehow. It's crazy.
Well, and not to mention that the SpongeBob robot also makes an appearance in the PC version of the SpongeBob movie game.
It did.
And in the second chapter and the final chapter of that version of the game.
They really thought about this long and hard. Like the writers, like, is this really intentional? There's like, what is the conclusion? Like, what does this mean?
I mean, we'll probably find out if SpongeBob ever gets a finale. If Nickelodeon ever says we're done making more SpongeBob, please wrap it up, and then maybe there will be a new movie that will explain all this.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay, continuing now.
Hey,
hey,
Victoria, what are you doing here?
I was just around. Thought I'd stop by. Can I come in? Or?
Inside? No.
I think the creators watch these.
Right now.
In all honesty,
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
I just wanted to check in on you.
They're probably like, oh, they know.
You know,
I mean, SpongeBob is still very popular.
Busy, a little stressed about that.
I'd be extremely surprised
not answering your phone,
if some of the writers didn't approach some of these theories and
Talk, just not.
weren't inspired.
You wanna get coffee?
Bit.
Sure, fine, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta put something away. Just
I mean, like the My Leg episode is obviously a treat to the fans.
Now, we know Plankton has tried to turn people into robots before.
SpongeBob, come in here. Or should I say Robot Bob?
This is
But he
brain.
gave up after SpongeBob was too annoying.
You've got to take that yellow nightmare back. It's not worth it.
But I don't think this was his only attempt. In the season 11 episode, The Checkup, SpongeBob and Squidward are trying to give Mr. Krabs a health checkup by testing his pinching reflexes.
Okay, I brought plenty of things for Mr. Krabs to pinch. A pinch of salt.
And one of the things they have him pinch is a baby.
A baby's cheek.
What?
Lucky that was a robot baby.
Some random baby just turned out to be a robot, and it's never explained why. That's weird even for SpongeBob. But things get even more interesting when we go back to season 9 in the episode Plankton's Pet, where Plankton tries to steal a Krabby Patty using the exact same purple baby
Oh
as a
my
robot
God.
disguise.
How is this all connected?
Fiend, I can't believe this is working.
And we're not even done yet. If we
How
go
much of
even
his weekend
further
did he
back
give
to
up
season 5 episode,
to
Google Glass, we can
analyze
actually see
the
exact
series
moment
in
where
this
Plankton
way?
gets the idea to turn the baby into a robot.
Why, you're so tiny.
More accurate question would be, how many weekends did he give up?
And you couldn't do a thing about it.
It's not the same kid.
That's it. Finally, victory will be mine.
Now, in the episode, it's implied that this is just him getting the idea to turn everyone into babies to steal the formula, but isn't it crazy how it also perfectly lines up with the purple baby?
It's probably not the same kid,
turning
but
into a robot
Meat
in
Plankton
future
was
episodes.
inspired
Now, there's another fish
by
who's always
the
been very
kid to
suspicious
make
to me.
baby
The
robots.
strangely realistic news anchor fish.
What?
Bottom is abuzz over the identity of a mysterious flying man who helps people. Who knows what superhero act of courage he'll astound us with next?
In a show full of cartoon characters, why is he the only realistic one? In fact, I know a whole theory about how there are evolved cartoony fish that can talk, and primitive realistic fish who can't. But as many people have pointed out, the one exception to this is the realistic news anchor fish. Well,
Yeah,
if
what
you ask
about him?
me, he looks a lot like one of those animatronic singing fish you buy in a gift shop. Especially the way he mechanically moves his mouth and how we only ever see one
Yeah,
side
I'm
of him.
actually surprised
So
that they
already pretty
haven't made an
strong
episode
indication that he
about
might be
the
a robot,
news
but
reporter.
there's also something familiar about his voice.
What kind of cruel, careless...
Like, it wouldn't be the first episode where they focused it.
That's right, he has the same voice as Plankton. And if
No
you
way!
want to know, then you're definitely gonna want to.
Oh my God!
How exactly is Plankton replacing these?
How did I not notice that?
I think the season 10 episode of Whirly Brains gives us a clue. In this episode,
because Mr. Lawrence has done several voices for minor characters, where it can be a bit hard to tell at times.
Yeah, it's a weird episode.
Considering besides Plankton, he also voices
ripping them out of their bodies.
he also voices Larry the Lobster and Fred.
If you ask me, this seems like the perfect way to replace someone with a robot. Remember, in Welcome to the Chum
Plankton's
Bucket,
amazing.
Plankton told us how he turns people into robots.
I'll be forced to remove your brain and implant it in my robot chef!
By removing their brains. But is there any proof that he's the one behind the Whirly Brain toys? Let's take a look at the new SpongeBob prequel, The
Wait,
Patrick Star Show.
let's do a stop motion stuff.
Yeah. Frankenstein with Plankton. And
Okay, how long will it be until the Patrick Star Show gets a DVD release?
Super clear how this all connects to the main show. I mean, we do see Patrick interact with the stop motion Plankton.
Because I am not entirely willing to get a Paramount Plus subscription just for the Patrick Show.
No. Being advertised in a magazine for only 99 cents. And in the same episode, we see Plankton using the exact same helmet.
Crabs will never see me coming in visuals.
Now, maybe this is just implying that he bought the helmet from the magazine, but that doesn't really line up with what we know about Plankton as an inventor. Plus, I can't see them selling a tiny version of the helmet just for Plankton. Seems a lot more likely that Plankton created the helmet and is selling them to the people of Bikini Bottom, possibly as a way to create more robots. Alright, so we're starting to
Is he the only one who can make
how
robots?
Plankton plans on turning the citizens of Bikini Bottom into robots. But there is one more character that I believe has already been secretly assimilated into a robot. And it's not
The
some
crabs.
random background character either. It's one of the main
The crabs.
in SpongeBob SquarePants. This final part
Well,
of
we'll just have to keep watching and find
is
out.
going to completely change the way you
Oh.
look at the entire show. Are you ready? Because this is the Patrick Star.
No. 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 Well, how?
I don't know, but I'd be interested in seeing him explain himself.
Yeah. What's Patrick gonna do with it?
Victoria?
Well, maybe his maybe like his stupidity is just a it's just like a an act to hide how smart he is.
Now, I fully realize.
See, he admitted that was a bold claim.
Very bold claim. But hold your judgments till the end. By far, the most requested theory I get on this channel is to cover Patrick's star, and more specifically, his inconsistent intelligence. Throughout the entire show,
That's
there
true.
are these little moments where Patrick suddenly says something smart.
I'm a bit more complicated than that. The inner machinations of my mind are...
So how long is it going to be until he uses the natural brains of stupidity clip?
There's so many examples of this happening that many people have actually made their own theories about it. Is Patrick secretly a genius and just pretending to be dumb? Does he have a secret split personality?
I diagnosed Patrick Star with trauma-induced anxiety.
I don't know about this.
Duplicate of multi-intellectual DID with additional paranoid schizophrenic delusions of a mental multiverse.
Maybe, but I've come to a bit of a different conclusion. Have you ever noticed how every time we see Patrick try to think, there's either sparks or smoke coming out of his head?
No! No! Shit!
Wow.
No!
Speaking again.
Not Patrick!
Almost every time we see inside of Patrick's head, it's represented with gears or some kind
Well,
of
we've been
machine.
had.
Now, we're supposed to assume that this is just a cartoony way to visualize thoughts, but what's strange is just how consistent they are with it. And even stranger, none of the other characters' thoughts are visualized this way.
Just got an order from the boss. Dump everything that isn't about fine dining. Squidward's happy gland is forced to take shelter in the recesses of his mind.
It's only Patrick who seems to have this robotic association with him. And
No.
just look at how detailed they are with it. While Patrick's head is sparking and rolling dumb, if you look closely, you can see a spring pop out of him, and even a hole
That's a blink and you'll miss it moment right there.
That is such a small detail that no one would notice unless you were going frame by frame. And if this is just supposed to be a metaphor inside of Patrick's head, how come SpongeBob clearly sees the spring come out? Okay, so let's entertain the idea for a moment that Patrick might be some sort of robot. How would he have gotten converted, and why does this cause him to randomly become smart every once in a while? Well, I looked at all the scenes where Patrick suddenly does something smart, and I noticed a bit of a pattern. There are two different types of these moments. There are times when we think he's saying something intelligent.
Wait, SpongeBob! We're not cavemen! We have technology!
But then it's revealed he's not actually being smart. This doesn't contradict his character at all. Patrick is someone who doesn't see himself as dumb, so there's lots of times when he tries to be smart, but he fails.
Yeah, that's a Levitt Head episode right there.
How dumb they really are.
He was mean.
But there are also moments where he actually does do something.
And not to mention that that Terrence and I stupid weren't really his parents.
We could filter the CO2 through our ballast tanks, refire the engines, and ride the shockwave out of here.
Wow.
He's right.
But then he immediately acts oblivious to the fact that he was being smart.
We're going through with your plan, Patrick. Yay!
You know, it would be a good episode to mention in this part of the theory.
And it seems like
I think the episode Patrick's Tantrum, where it turns out he gets a tantrum every time a bell rings.
In this episode, Patrick falls off a cliff and gets his head knocked off. SpongeBob accidentally replaces his head with some brain coral.
I wonder how long it's going to be until he mentions that episode.
Yeah.
In the end, they switch back to his normal head, and Patrick goes back to his usual stupid self. But take a closer look at the scene when he first puts on the.
I mean, that definitely was a funny episode. But I do think that the ending dragged out a little bit.
Now, many people have interpreted these gears with
it definitely felt like that they wrote the episode but realized that they needed to make it to the runtime, so they dragged the ending out a bit.
At the end of the episode, when they remove the brain coral, we can still see the electrical plug attached to it. We are no longer seeing a metaphorical representation inside of someone's head. We are seeing
it's just Patrick.
From an outside perspective. The brain coral is
except that Patrick is the Whirly Brains 24/7.
Isn't it convenient that Patrick just happened to land next to a pile of coral that looked identical to his head? Is it possible that Plankton saw this as an opportunity to add another victim to his but after Patrick removed it, he went back to normal?
No, Plankton.
He completely stopped
maybe this is why Patrick occasionally teams up with Plankton to work for him.
Exact same gears inside of his head.
Come on, you stupid brain! Work!
The creators went out of their way to recreate the exact placement of all the gears.
Whether that was intended or not, that is a nice attention to detail within the episode.
Was not his head. It was another piece of robotic brain coral. But it seems like for whatever
Who thinks of this?
brain coral isn't as effective as the first one, and he's only able to have rare moments of genius. In the season 12 episode SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout, Patrick has another one of his smart moments.
Oh, would you look at the hour? It's almost time for me to take SpongeBob on that tour so you guys can decorate his house.
But this moment in particular is very interesting because Plankton is actually there to witness it. And take a guess how Plankton responds to
He looks shocked.
Honestly, this makes sense because no best friend would forget a birthday.
Patrick is a broken one of his experiments. And if you still don't believe me, in the newest episode of season 13, The Goofy Scoopers, we get this scene.
This stinks. I wanted to go backstage for an autograph.
Plankton was here. Yes, he certainly was. And that is the robot invasion theory. Thank you very much.
No, that can't be it.
Okay, robot.
Maybe he'll do a follow-up. Maybe do conspiracy number 7.5.
So much. This is honestly a dream come true for me.
Needs to happen.
So just Plankton controlling the world with robots, and he's kind of controlling Patrick.
Yeah, and
Patrick's kind of a robot.
I mean, we already saw in the movie that that he controlled the people of Bikini Bottom with his mechanical hats, and they all were like continuously saying "All hail Plankton" in a monotone robotic-like voice.
Yeah. So he can take over the world then.
Yeah, so maybe the robot invasion technically already happened. He just needs to make sure that he should have made sure that the helmets were guitar proof.
Man, he's a genius.
I wonder if he's going to release a compilation of these lore moments once he finishes the story behind these. I'd probably watch a compilation of this a million times.
Yeah.
To get a full understanding of the story. Well, that was Alex Bale's SpongeBob Conspiracy number 7.
I've never been that shocked in one of his series before until now, so I'm really glad we did with this reaction in real life.
I definitely want to see the SpongeBob writers make a SpongeBob Terminator parody. I mean, they could totally do it if Family Guy already did it,
Yeah. It's just all these theories, all of these theories came from one guy, no one else can think of this, only he can. From a cartoon about sea creatures. Everyone else would say, oh, 7 deadly sins, like, but you can put that to every show. But this guy said, like, robots and plankton and taking over and fucking cults. All that, man. This guy's a genius. Respect to him.
Yeah, he's a mad genius, but all the best geniuses are mad geniuses. So it's okay.
I brought Patrick on this video just to be funny. I didn't think he would be the main plot of this theory.
You know what? I'm actually still surprised that he didn't mention the episode Patrick's Tantrum.
It's just so much. Just so much.
Maybe Patrick's parents couldn't have a kid of their own, so they just built a kid.
Alright, that's it for the video. That was fun. That was fun. Alright, see you next time.